Very good morning, children. Welcome to the next class of SST. So, this is the part 2 of class 8 SST book, history chapter number 5. The name of the chapter is When People Rebel 1857 and After. So, we have already done in the previous lecture that in this chapter, what we are going to do, that we will see that how 1857 revolt became a first spark of independence. So, the previous part we have done the introduction part, the loss of power for the ruling families, annexation of Awadh we have done, belief against sea voyages and its impact we have done, responses to reform we have completed. So in this topic, in this part we are going to do about the mutiny to popular rebellion, from Meerut to Delhi, how the revolt occurs. Mangal Pandey was a young soldier at the cantonment in the Barakpur. He was the culprit of attacking his officers on the 29th March 1857. Mangal Pandey was hanged to death for his crime. Within a few days, some sepoy of regiment at Meerut refused to use the cartridge during an armed drill. It was rumored that the new cartridge were coated with fat of cows and pigs. For their refusal to obey the orders, 85 sepoys were dismissed from service. They were sentenced to 10 years jail in this. This incident happened on 9th May 1857. So Mangal Pandey was a very big name and he inspired and according to that, soldier mutiny occurs. The backlash. The other soldiers in Meerut responded in extraordinary way to 10th May. The soldiers marched to the jail and released the imprisoned sepoy. They attacked and killed British officers. They captured guns, ammunition. They set fire to the building and properties of the British. They declared a war, a Firangis war. Firangis means foreigners. Anointment of the new leader. After creating mayhem in Meerut, the soldiers rode throughout the night of the 10th May and reached Delhi. The next morning, when the regiment to Delhi heard the news, they also rose up to rebellion. The soldiers gathered around the Red Fort and demanded to meet Bahadur Shah Zafar. The emperor was hesitant to challenge the might of the British, but the soldiers persisted in the demand. They forced their way into the palace. They proclaimed the Badshah as their leader. The emperor had no choice but to agree to the demand. He wrote letters to all the chiefs and rulers of the country. To come forward, he asked them to form a confederacy in Indian state to fight the British. This step of emperor has great implications. Political importance of Bahadur Shah Zafar. It is important to remember that the Mughal dynasty had ruled over a large part of the country for a long period. Most of the smaller rulers and chieftains had been ruling over their territories on behalf of the Mughal ruler. They hoped that if the Mughal rulers could once again resume power, they would also be able to rule their own territories once again. The British had initially taken the revolt at Meerut quite lightly. The decision by Bahadur Shah Zafar to support the rebellion had dramatically changed the entire situation. People were emboldened by the alternative possibility. The spread of the rebellion, you can see how the rebellion spread. The rebellion gradually spread to other parts of the country. Various regiments mutinied and marched to join other troops at nodal points like Delhi, Kanpur, Lucknow. The people in the towns and villages also revolted and raided. Nana Sahib gathered armed forces and expelled the British garrison from the city of Kanpur. He declared himself a governor under the Mughal emperor. Vijiz Qadar proclaimed himself the new Nawab in Lucknow. He was the son of the deposed Nawab Wazid Ali Shah. He acknowledged the suzerainty of Bahadur Shah Zafar. Rani Lakshmi Bai joined the rebel sepoy in Jhansi. She fought the British along with Tatya Tope, who was the general of Nana Sahib. Widespread rebellion. The British was greatly outnumbered by the rebel forces. They get defeat in the number of battles. The changing situations convinced the people that the British rule had collapsed for good. This gave them the confidence to join the rebellion. Widespread popular rebellion developed especially in the region of Awadh. The rise of the new leaders. Ahmadullah Shah was a Maulvi from Faizabad. He professed that the end of the rule of the British was imminent. A large number of support rallied behind him. He came to Lucknow to fight the British. A large number of Ghazis or religious warriors came together to wipe out the white people. The company fights back. counterattack, the company decided to suppress the revolt with all its might. Reinforcements were brought from England. New laws were passed to make it easy to convict the rebel. The company then moved forces into the strong centers of the revolt. Delhi was recaptured from rebel forces in September 1857. Arrest of the last Mughal emperor. Bahadur Shah Zafar was arrested. He was tried in court and sentenced to life imprisonment. His son was shot dead before his eyes. He was sent to prison in Rangoon along with his wife Begum Zeenat Mahal in October 1858. The last Mughal emperor died in Rangoon jail in November 1862. Long battle. It took almost 2 years to completely control the situation. Lucknow was recaptured in March 1858. Rani Lakshmibai was killed in battle in June 1858. Tatya Tope escaped to the jungle of central India. He continued to wage a guerrilla war with the support of many tribals and peasants. He was captured, tried, and killed in April 1859. So you can see the main centers of the revolt. Shifting loyalties, the defeat of the rebel forces encouraged reservation from the ranks of the rebel forces. The British also tried to win back loyalty. Rewards were announced for loyal landholders. The rebels were told that if they submitted to the British, they would remain safe and claims, but there was condition that they had not killed any white people. Hundreds of sepoy rebels, Nawabs and Rajas were tried and hanged. What was aftermaths? The British could regain the control of the country by the end of the 1859. But the situation has changed to such an extent that they were not in a position to rule the country with their earlier policies. Many changes were introduced by the British. A new act was passed in 1858 by the British Parliament. The new act transferred the powers of East India Company to the British Crown. This was done to ensure a more responsible management of Indian affairs. A member of the British cabinet was appointed as the Secretary of State for India. He was given the responsibility of all matters related to the governance of India. A council called the Indian Council was given to him. The title of the Governor General of India was changed to the title of Viceroy of India. The Viceroy was a person representative of the British Crown, personal. Thus, the British government accepted the direct responsibility. All the ruling chiefs of the country were assured that their territories would never be annexed in future. A decision was taken to reduce the proportion of the Indian soldiers in an army and to increase the proportion of European soldiers. The Muslims were treated with suspicion and hostility, and their land and property were confiscated. The British decided to respect the customary religion. Policies were made to protect the landlords, zamindars, and give them security to right over their lands. So hence we have completed the chapter. When East India Company, let's have a summary. When East India Company established power in India, it affected the life of Indian kings, queens, peasants, landlords. Many of the rulers revolted against the policy enforced by the British. Even the peasants and zamindar lost all their powers. The sepoy were unhappy about their pays, allowance. After the British established power in India, they passed many laws to reform Indian societies. Many Indians started feeling that the English were destroying their religious, social customs, their traditional ways of life. The anger of peasants quickly spread among the people. The Sepoy Mutiny, which started in 1857, threatened the British India Company very presence in India. And the British was shaken by this rebellion. By the end of 1859, the British regained control over the subcontinent. Policies were made to protect landlords and zamindar and give them security of rights over their lands. So thank you so much. I hope you understood the